Hey guys, so this is the Samsung Crystal 4K Neo TV, which is probably the best TV in the budget of 30,000 rupees. Now this is also misunderstood in terms of some of the things like the display hertz 50 or 60 and some flickering issues and whatnot. So in this video I'm going to clear up all of those things and more, as I've been using this for about 2 months now. So definitely like this video, subscribe, let's begin. So I'll start with some basics. Looking at the bezels, these are very thin. I mean, they are less than the chin of your mobile phone typically, so they are quite thin on three sides of it. Only on the bottom you do notice a little bit of the bezel, so overall it looks pretty good. Now looking at the side profile, this is how it looks, and looking at the ports here, you do have 3 HDMI ports, one of which supports the eARC. Also it has that optical audio and one USB port, and here on the back you have this Ethernet port. Also for your reference, this is the picture of all the ports. Now let's talk about the most confusing thing, which is this 50 Hz thing, which is mentioned here on the Amazon. However, when I tried to look into this on the Samsung page, you do notice that on the Samsung page there is no such mention of 50 or 60 Hz for that matter. I mean, they don't mention that it is a 50 Hz display anywhere in the display section of the specs. As you can see, you can check it for yourself. So let me show this practically. So now the TV is connected to this JioFiber set-top box. Now this is connected to one of the HDMIs. So let me show you the information when it is connected. As you can see, as it displays, the input signal is 4K 60p, not 50p guys. If it were 50p, it would be showing 50 Hz, it would be showing 50p. So it is indeed not limited by at least hardware, at least in other HDMIs, as you can see. So let me just try and switch to the normal Samsung UI. You might say probably that one is limited to the 50 Hz. So let me switch to that. Now this is switched to the normal regular TV mode. So you can see here when I try to open YouTube and search for some 60 FPS video. So this is 4K HDR video in 60 FPS. So you can see it is playing out just fine. Also, let me just turn on the stats for nerds, which actually shows the display information about frames and stuff. So here you can see for yourself that this is indeed running the 60 frames per second video, as you can see here. So just for the sake of the discussion, I also tried running a 50 FPS video, and just to show you the difference, I mean guys, just try and open your mobile and just try playing 50 FPS video and also 60 FPS video. See if you can find any difference. Guys, practically there wouldn't be any difference for consuming videos. At least for games, you could argue that yes, those 10 FPS could make a little difference. So this could be a mistake, I would say. Also, there are some really cool features that are not even talked about enough. This TV not only has Google voice support, but also, would you believe that this thing has the MEMC? Yes, you heard it right. Here on the Samsung page, you can see they are calling it some motion accelerator or smooth motion, whatever. This is basically MEMC guys. However, it is not advertised enough. So I realized this only after getting the TV, which is really a cool thing to have. I personally love this MEMC. So let me show you where the settings are for the MEMC. So if you go into the settings and display settings over here, in the expert settings, you will find all of these. You can also disable it, or you can also set the level from 1 to 10 as per your liking. Also, I wanted to include a clip, but because of the copyright claim, I had to delete it. So yes, my point is, even normal regular movies that are shot in 24 to 30 FPS, they are interpolated and the MEMC works pretty well. I saw John Wick 3 and some other action-packed movies. It looks pretty good. Now speaking of the display itself, the blacks are pretty good on this one. As you can see, it almost looks like it was turned off. And also the greens are stunningly lively. Also the reds really pop. So the colors overall come out really well. Just watch any high quality 4K HDR content. That is where you see a wide range of colors and the shades. I mean, the dynamic range is just really stunningly good. The only nitpicking that I have is that sometimes for some non-HDR content, the display gets a little brighter, so that is when I start using some display settings. Yeah, like you have the standard, dynamic, natural, and the filmmaker mode, which is like advertised a lot. However, I would say it is more likely uh, kind of a small filter, I would say. I mean, it just gets the display warmer, and that helps in reducing the brightness a little. So yes, I use it occasionally, and it's not really a game changer, the filmmaker mode I'm talking about. Alright guys, another surprisingly cool feature that was not really advertised well is the AirPlay. It actually supports the AirPlay, so if you have an iPhone or an iPad and if you are sitting with your family to share photos, you can do that. It has built-in AirPlay support, so it works really well. As you can see, there is almost no lag, so it is a very good feature. And in fact, the LG ones also have this feature, but I didn't know it had it, but it has it, so I just love it. And here we have no surprises. If you have a Samsung phone, it also supports Samsung's DeX feature. If you didn't know what it is, you can Google it. I'm not going to explain it here, but you can actually use your TV almost like a computer, like a lightweight computer, to edit Word or Excel, those kind of things. You can also attach mouse and stuff like that. You can use it for gaming and whatnot. So things you can do a lot if you have a Samsung phone with this DeX mode. And of course, you can also mirror your mobile to your TV as usual. So another thing that I want to talk about is Samsung TV Plus, guys. Now, I do not have any cable connection, but Samsung has something called Samsung TV Plus feature, which basically shows some of the free to air TV channels. It gets it from the internet. So there are some free HD channels as well, and if you want to quickly check out the news, you can do that. There are some news channels, so which is very handy, I would say, and you're not paying anything for it, so that's really cool. Now, I personally like the TV remote. It is very minimalistic. However, I do miss the keyboard sometimes, but you do have the support for Google Assistant and Bixby, so you can dictate stuff, so that's not really a big issue. Speaking of the voice assistant, I am personally using the Google Assistant, and here let me just give you a quick demo of that. Open YouTube. Open Netflix. Now moving to some negatives, one of the major negative of this TV is that the UI lag. I mean, here you can notice some stutters here and there. However, the real stutter or lag is when you actually start entering the menus and submenus. I mean, I'm talking about the settings. So let me just get into the settings and show you how slow this can get. So you can see if I want to get into some menu and submenu, that is when you really need to be patient. It takes its own sweet time to get to that particular submenu. So it is kind of frustrating if you are really constantly wanting to change settings. Otherwise, it shouldn't be an issue. So that's one negative, I would say. However, I am not saying that the entire system is slow. I mean, opening apps like Netflix, YouTube, it is quite fast, I would say. Even the boot up times here are pretty good. Only thing is they have not optimized this what you call the UI, the settings. It should be a little faster, in fact a lot faster. So you can see I'm opening the Netflix and it opens quite fast. Once you open it the first time, it loads up really fast. Even the first time, it doesn't take too long. As you can see, the Prime Video is opening up for the first time and it takes a fairly decent amount of time. So moving to another negative is the inbuilt storage. I mean, you have all those apps installed. This is running on the Tizen OS, just for your information, guys. So it only has about 4 GB. So I have installed most of the OTT apps, which is what we usually do on a TV. So you can see here, almost half of which is finished. Also, another little negative is that there is no headphone jack port. As you can see, it only comes with the optical audio. I personally have a soundbar that normally comes with the 3.5mm jack, so I'm personally missing this feature. So anyway, this has been the entire review of this video, guys, in terms of my experience and all the things that you should know before getting it. So I hope this cleared all your confusion and dilemmas. So I'll drop a link in the description. Do check it out for the offers and stuff. It also helps the channel make more such videos. If you are looking to buy it, you can consider buying it from my link. And that's been it guys. Thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe. I'll see you soon.